general reaction to the game? Just what your general thoughts?
General thoughts. Yeah, losing sucks. That's my first general thought. Obviously, would love to have started off this season with the win. I thought defense was great. You give up in today's NBA to that team 102 points, 42 from the field, 22 from the three-point line, only 12 free throw attempts. I thought the defense was amazing. Obviously, could have done a better job on the glass. I believe they had 13 offensive rebounds, but for the most part, our defense was a real positive. Obviously, offensively, there's a lot of room for improvement. That starts with execution, pace, shot making. I don't know what the numbers are. We'll find out later on tonight, but thought we had a lot of really good looks. But obviously, we were 7 of 39 from three, and we scored 87 points. So we just got to look to see offensively, what we can do better. 16 turnovers, not a great number, but the good number there was only 11 points off of those. So against that team, that's a positive. But, yeah, defense was great. Our offense has to catch up and give us something because we put a ton of pressure on getting stop after stop after stop tonight. And, mind you, they're a very good basketball team.
Coach, you had a couple tough three-point shooting nights, even in the playoffs, but you weren't overly concerned because you guys have a history of making so many. So is it one of those where, like you said, there were good shots, at least after one game, you're not going to, hit the panic button when you only make 7 of 39?
No, I'm not going to. To your point, I don't think there's any need for panic. Going into the season, shooting is a concern of mine. You lose a guy like KCP who was a 40% three-point shooter. You know what I mean? And I thought Christian Brown was great tonight. Again, Christian Brown is not going to be KCP. So I think we all have to understand that, which I think we do, and embrace CB for who he is. I thought he played really good defense, competed, ran the floor. I thought CB did a lot of really good things for us, but no, there's no panic. Again, I think the bigger question is, are we executing the way we need to? Are we they double teamed Nikola every time he touched it in the post. We saw that all postseason last year in the playoffs. So, did Nikola have a triple-double? Yes, he did. And so he's making the right reads. And I think one of the craziest stats tonight, we had 29 assists on 35 made field goals. That's a ridiculous number. We'll look at it, no panic, and then just, if guys are open, we want them to shoot it, but you also have an opportunity to be aggressive and not settle. And I think there are some things that we can watch film of and try to be better at.
What were your early impressions of that bench unit and kind of the things that they need to learn as they get more reps, more minutes playing together?
Yeah, I think if you want to boil this game down to it, I think quarters 2 and 4 were really close. We got off to a great start tonight. We're up 19-10. They went on a 21-5 run. And then I think in that third quarter, they went on a 17-2 run. So we got to look at those two runs and kind of see, why that happened, who was in the game, why is that happening, and what we can do better. But as a head coach, I got to find ways to help Russ, Julian, Dario, Peyton, and whoever else is in the game with them.
Michael, what did you make of Jamal's night?
They're a really good defensive team. Obviously, I think Lou Dort is one of the best defenders in the league, and I think they let him play. And obviously Jamal struggled to make shots tonight. 4 of 14 from the field, but 6 boards, 4 assists, a couple of steals. And again, when Jamal and Michael struggle to make shots like they did tonight, it's going to be tough. And we've become so accustomed to both those guys shooting at such a high clip. And then now when you have both guys in the same game, it makes it that much tougher. But it was game one, some positives and a lot of room to grow and improve upon. And that's what tomorrow will be, getting ready for the Clippers, but also making sure watching film from tonight and looking at ways we can be better.
You chose to go 2 point guards with the second unit. Just what went into that decision, and what do you think how do you think that's going to evolve throughout the year?
Well, Jamal's a guard. He's been a 1, he's been a 2. In college, he was a 2. So I think it's just for his Denver Nugget tenure, Jamal's been a guy that can be a starting 1, and he can play with the point guard in the second unit. I think Russ and Jamal have a lot of potential to be really good together. Obviously, Julian had a great preseason, and obviously, he can be better as well. Shoot, we can all be better after losing like we lost tonight. But yeah, I think Russ and Jamal have a lot of potential. They've looked good in the preseason and practices and scrimmages, and I think the more they play together, the more comfortable they're going to get playing off of each other. And again, I can help with that as well.
Is it these next few games, first 5, first 10, is it an opportunity for you to kind of try to see what works and what doesn't work in terms of your rotation? Is tonight one of those nights where you just kind of, file into the memory bank and just kind of bring it on to the next game?
Yeah, I mean, it's every game is a learning opportunity. You find out something about your team. And again, I think after we watch the film, we'll look to see, why those 2 big runs happened in the first and the third, and what was at the heart of that, and trying to avoid those big runs, because that's when we lost the game in the first and third quarter. But also, I'm not going to make wholesale changes after one game and one loss. I got to find a way to help Dario Saric feel comfortable out there. And let him, be involved in the offense and touch the ball. Find a way to get him into the post. I have to find a way to get Julian going. Use Peyton's versatility. So, first game, and like I said, we'll watch film together and challenge ourselves to be better. So we can try to get a win against the Clippers, which won't be easy.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.